the jail. As I walked through the wideness of this world, I lighted on a certain place. Where was I then? And I laid me down in that place to sleep. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. I dreamed, and behold, I saw a man clothed with rags, standing in a certain place, with his face from his own house, a book in his hand, and a great burden upon his back. I looked and saw him open the book and read there. And as he read, he wept and trembled, and not being able longer to contain, he brake out with her lamentable cry, saying, What shall I do? In this plight, therefore he went home and refrained himself as long as he could, that his wife and children should not perceive his distress. But he could not be silent long, because that his trouble increased. Wherefore, at length he brake his mind to his wife and children, and thus he began to talk to them. "Oh, my dear wife," he said, "and you, the children of my bowels, I, your dear friend, am in myself undone, by reason of a burden that lieth hard upon me. Moreover, I am for certain informed that this our city will be burned with fire from heaven, and with fearful overthrow both myself with thee, my wife, and you, my sweet babes. Shall miserable come to ruin, except the wheat yet I see not some way of escape can be found, whereby we may be delivered." At this his relation were sore amazed, not for that they believed that what he had said to them was true, but because they thought that some frenzied distemper had got into his head. Therefore, it drawing towards night, and they hoping that sleep might settle his brain, with all haste they got him to bed. But the night was as troublesome to him as the day. Wherefore, instead of sleeping, he spent it in sight and tears. So, when the morning was come, they would know how he did. He told them worse and worse. He also set to talking to them again, but they began to be hardened. They also thought to drive away his distemper by harsh and surely carry it to him. Sometimes they would deride, sometimes they would die, and sometimes they would quite neglect him. Wherefore he began to retire himself to his chamber to pray for and pity them, and also to console his own misery. He would also walk solitarily in the field, sometimes reading and sometimes praying, and thus for some days he spent his time. Now I saw upon a time when he was walking in the fields, that he was, as he was wont, reading in his book, and greatly distressed in his mind. And as he read and burst out as he had done before, crying, "What shall I do to be saved?" I saw also that he looked this way and that away, as if he would run, yet they stood still because, as I perceived, he could not tell which way to go. I looked at them and saw a man named Evangelist come to him, who asked, Why do you cry? He answered, Sir, I perceive by the book in my hand that I am condemned to die, and after that to come to judgment, and I find that I am not willing to do the first, nor able to do the second. Then, said Evangelist, why not willing to die, since this life is attended with so many evils? The man answered, Because I fear that this burden that you upon my back will sink me lower than the grave, and I shall fall into Tophet. And, sir, if I be not fit to go to prison, I am not fit, I am sure, to go to judgment, and from thence to execution, and the thoughts of these things make me cry.